Welcome to this room tour. First, a disclaimer. My room does look very lived in, and that's because I live here. So if you're looking for a room tour where everything is like nice, no items lying around, this video is not for you. But let's get started. First, when you come in on the left, I have this nightstand with the bed on top. This is where my cats like to sleep. They used to sleep on my bed with me, but I guess I kicked them off too many times while I was sleeping, and now they sleep here. And then in my nightstand on the bottom, I have like a bunch of explosives, like fireworks that are expired and stuff, but I don't know how to dispose of them properly, so they just lived there for the past few years. And then the top one is basically just a junk drawer. Next, why am I so winded? I've barely even moved. Next is my closet. It's not in a great condition. The doors don't really work and they keep falling off the track. And then also during COVID, I painted on it because I was losing my mind and it was so ugly and my dad was disturbed and painted over it. Moving on. Here I have my jewelry. I rarely wear jewelry, but there's that. And then I have some doodles and like a painting that I did. And then next, I'm literally so winded. Why? I have this hanger with a bunch of different bags on it. I got this top bag for like a Y2K Halloween costume for work because our theme was like decades. I have never used it since then. Next, I have like an air purifier since I have cats, and I have a spare set of headphones because I accidentally ordered four, but they were from Temu, so they were like $8 each. I have a mirror. This mirror has been passed down in my family for a really long time, so that's vibes. These clothes are basically clothes that are not dirty enough to go in the laundry, but not clean enough to go back in my closet. So, like this outfit, I wore for 2 hours. So, it just sits on my mirror until I get a chance to wear it again. And then I have my fan, which I will bust out during the summer when it gets really hot because we are a no AC family. We have AC, we just don't use it because it's too expensive. You know what? That's actually kind of a lie. Ever since my parents retired, they've been a lot more lax, and sometimes they're like, you guys, let's go crazy and turn on the AC. So there's that. Next, I have my TV. I love this TV. I think it's the perfect size. It's just, I don't know. I think it's 24 inches. Is that an option? Maybe. I just think it's so cute and I love it and it's just the best. And my dad gave it to me because he got it for free. Or I think he got it for $30 because there was some sort of promotion going on when you buy a phone, you get like a TV or something. But I like to watch a lot of YouTube and I usually just watch it on there instead of looking at my phone because my phone's tiny. Anyways, we're not friends anymore, but shout out Brienne. Thank you for giving me that shell. And then I have this clock that's actually an alarm clock, but it doesn't work. I'll plug it in and it'll work for a minute and then it just like shuts down again. I don't know why. So that's a whole process. And then I have a bag of rocks. Oh, and then in this bottom drawer, I have a very amazing, cool, exciting collection of Shopkins because I was going through a Shopkins phase. I want to say when I was like 19 or 20. I also have those toys that come in Kinder eggs, which are illegal in America, but I got them while I was in Mexico. I know, good times. But yeah, that's my mini brands and Shopkins. Okay, that's not that interesting. Moving on, I have this mirror that I got at Five Below. I have never used this mirror before, but it lights up, and I was going through a decadent phase, so I decked it out with decadent glue and like charms and stuff. Here I have my door, my cat door that leads to my cat's catio. Shout out to my uncle who built it for me. And by the way, if you're like, oh, let me break into this house through the catio, first of all, we don't have anything of value, so you'll be disappointed. And second of all, you're gonna have to be really skinny. I don't have any hands because I'm holding my mic in one and a tripod in another, but so I'm gonna use my feet. But don't look at my feet, okay? So it's like that. You also have to be really skinny to fit through there. And if you're that skinny, you should just be a model instead of going to a life of crime. Okay, so don't rob me, thanks. Those drawers, basically anything in this drawer is just like junk drawer, but I have some isopod stuff up there. And then look, I have beneath the drawer storage. I got that box from Costco from like the box bin and it's literally the perfect size to just like slide under. And then I have this scratching pole. They love this. I thought they wouldn't like it anymore because it's so short and they have other scratching things like their cat tree in the hallway and just like other stuff, but they still like it. And I think it's because they've had it since they were kittens. And then here I have isopods in the left one, and then I have my jumping spider Jackie who just went through a molt, so I don't think she is out. Yeah, I don't see her. Oh, no, she's right there. Hi, Jackie. Anyways, that's also isopods. All of my little jar terrarium things are kind of looking nasty because all the plants died because I don't know how to keep plants alive. But anyways, this, however, I just made and hopefully it stays alive, but I love it. I love this jar so much. I got it from my grandma's house after she died. I just like took it. I don't know if that lid is actually a lid for this jar or how I acquired it, but it's just so perfect. And I love this jar. I love the lid. I put some stones in there and a little string of turtles, string of frog. What is that plant called? I forgot. But I just love that jar so much. Anyways, next I have some limpid shells, a little piece of coral exoskeleton, as well as a sea urchin exoskeleton that I found and illegally took from the ocean. Anyways, hi Jackie. Hey girl, haven't seen you in a bit. Next, I have a megalodon tooth. It is a baby megalodon tooth, and it is authentic according to the man who sold it to me. And then I just have like a regular, I think it's a great white shark tooth that I got in Pasadena. That one's not as interesting. I have a jar with a tarantula molt. I'm not gonna lie, tarantulas are not that interesting to me. No offense to the tarantula community, like do your thing. I just don't think they're that interesting, but I do think their molts are really cool because you can see their paterations and colors, you know? And then that jar is just isopod food. Um, moving on, I just have like storage of like really random things. And then I have a bunch of bags. I'm a big tote bag girl because I just hate purses. I think they look so ugly on me. I mean, that's really the main reason. I just think they look ugly on me. So I'm a big tote bag person. So I like to hang out my tote bags there and stuff. I do love the way that purses look. Like I think purses look they're just there are bags that are just so beautiful. So hopefully I can find like a wife that really likes bags and I can just buy her bags because I do like looking at them. And I do want to like I have an inclination to buy them. I just won't ever wear them because I feel stupid wearing them. Moving on, I try to keep my like stuffed animal stuff to a minimum because it usually just sits and collects dust. But here are the ones that I, for whatever reason, decided to keep. I got this at the Houston airport. That's Randy. And then that is a Build-A-Bear. And then I got this. I won this in a claw machine. And I won these, not the starfish, but the other two in a claw machine. And then this I got from a coworker from when I graduated college. Thanks, girl. And then I got that from Timu because it looks like the Build-A-Bear axolotl that I was not able to get. And then that little guy I got at a claw machine. Ignore my medicine. That's just cat treats. I have a Russian nesting doll. I have a little Hello Kitty that I got one at a claw machine as well. And then this bear toast I got at Miniso. And then I have a Polaroid printer. Isn't that cool? Okay, these containers are basically like catch-all bins when there's stuff that I don't want to put away where they belong. I just put them in there and then deal with it later. But sometimes later never happens and that's a problem. And then once again, like stuff in my drawers. Those drawers are basically just like drunk drawers and like some important stuff. And then I have like I have some Amazon returns that I need to do. And then I have like painting and beading stuff because I was making jewelry with a friend in the park recently and then painting in the park with some friends recently. So I just have it here because I also don't really have space to put it anywhere else. Moving on. Right above this dresser situation, I have some stuff for my cats. They use it sometimes, like they'll sit on it and stuff. They don't use it as much as I was hoping they would use it. They kind of find creative ways around the house to be up high, but I like having them and they do use them. Because if you didn't know, cats see the world vertically, unlike humans and dogs that see the world horizontally. So they like having vertical spaces, and it's like, I mean, look, I have all this space on the wall that I would not have used otherwise. Hi, Stormy. Hi, Stormy baby. Moving on, here's my bed. Sorry it's not made. It was made, but I'm about to go to bed, so I kind of unmade it. But I have like a whiteboard with goals on it. Let's not look at that too closely. And then I have you know, a ukulele that I barely know how to play. I have my GERD pillow. I move it between the ground because sometimes I'll sit on the ground and watch TV. But I move it between like the ground and my bed. But that's my GERD pillow. And if you have GERD, you should get a GERD pillow because it does things. And then I have like a giant squishmallow. Last but not least, I have the most expensive thing I've ever bought, and that is my diploma. That concludes my room tour. Hopefully this video wasn't too boring, but I just wanted to memorialize this room because I won't be living here for the rest of my life, presumably. But thanks for watching!